In this episode, you'll learn how to use data analytics to improve your decision making skills as a management accountant and future proof your accounting career. If you're looking for skills to future proof your accounting career, let me introduce you to data analytics. As technology becomes more prevalent in our professional lives, it also becomes increasingly important for us to understand how to maximize its use. Developing your skills in data analytics can help you remain competitive in the candidate pool for new positions while also helping you advance in your current company. In this episode, I'll go over what data analytics is, the four types of data analytics, how it's used in accounting and finance, and how you can develop this critical skill to help you future proof your accounting career. If you're new here, I'm Nathan Liao, and I've helped over 40,000 people study for the CMA exam. And my mission is to help you too so you can accelerate your career and income to a six-figure salary as a certified management accountant. Data analytics for accounting is a skill in which professionals capture, harvest, and analyze data pertaining to a company's finances. Management accountants like yourself then use that data to inform decision making and strategic planning processes in order to make more accurate projections. You can also use data to program AI software to automate routine tasks. When used correctly, data can provide insight into and support for the following areas of a business: spending patterns, seasonality, risk mitigation, performance evaluation, strategic planning, customer behavior, market behavior, trend prediction, regulatory reaction prediction, and overall profitability. Data analytics is an increasingly necessary skill for accountants like you and I in high level positions, as it empowers you to make better decisions, answer bigger questions, and project more accurately. Do you think data analytics should be a mandatory college course? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know what you think. So, it's clear data analytics skills can make you even more valuable to your company and team, but how exactly can those skills be applied? Let's break down four types of data analytics in accounting and discuss what each type is used for to help you succeed in your career. Number one, descriptive analytics. What took place this quarter? How are we performing compared to our performance last year? These are the types of questions that can be answered with this type of analytics. The next one is descriptive data. Descriptive data analytics involves data that alerts a team to the current status of an operation. It provides a basic insight into what is currently happening. An accountant who specializes in descriptive data analytics can use relevant data to create precise financial statements, reports, and recommendations for a business in the present moment. Diagnostic analytics. Why did this strategy fail? Why did we perform better than expected this quarter? Diagnostic data analytics aims to answer these more complex questions. They provide insight into why the descriptive analytics numbers appear the way they do. Accountants who specialize in diagnostic data analysis employ both recent and past data to gain a better understanding of the outcomes demonstrated by descriptive data. These answers can be used to communicate to C-suite of the company, to provide insight to board members and investors, and to analyze business performance overall. Can data really predict the future? The plain answer is no, but it's more complicated than just that simple answer. Projections, strategy, and predictions begin with predictive data analytics. So accountants who specialize in predictive analytics use diagnostic and descriptive data to forecast future trends, outcomes, and future patterns. So depending on the amount of data that's actually available for analysis, predictive analytics could either be used to inform minor decisions and strategies, predict major trends, or demonstrate the potential result of a proposed decision. The results aren't set in stone. Predicting future outcomes with 100% accuracy is impossible. But you can use this type of analysis to get a better understanding of what might happen in a business's future. Prescriptive analytics. The final type of analysis works in tandem with predictive analytics to determine what should happen in order to help a business reach its objectives. They can be used to inform recommendations, strategies, and actions that can result in major wins for a company. Imagine the level of influence you'd have in your company with these skills under your belt. If you're finding value in this video, please hit the like button and subscribe so you get notified when new videos like this one are published to help you succeed in your career as an accountant. As you can likely see, accountants who specialize in data analytics are able to mobilize data across multiple areas of a business. In doing so, you inform decisions and create accurate projections that improve performance, productivity, and profitability in a business. With the advancement of machine learning and artificial intelligence tools, teams can achieve data handling numbers that were previously unthinkable. Businesses need skilled analysts to make use of this data. And management accountants who can deliver all four types of analysis are able to provide sophisticated and measurable valuable skills to any organization. And as technology becomes more integrated with our daily professional lives, it will become a requirement to remain competitive in the marketplace. If you're ready to begin expanding your data analytics skill set, let's explore some of the different tools used in accounting that can help you capture, understand, and leverage insights from data. The first one is Excel for accounting data analytics. You likely already know that Microsoft Excel is an extremely popular and powerful tool. It's used by organizations across the globe for a wide variety of applications. But did you know that it's one of the go-to tools for data analytics? Excel is a navigable, accessible option that you're likely already familiar with, so it should be easier to begin using it to analyze data. Tableau is one of the foremost data analytics tools in the world. This is ideal for anyone employed by a mid to large size enterprise, as it is capable of handling significant set of data. It can even produce fantastic visualizations for presenting to leadership. Microsoft Power BI is a premium tool that seamlessly integrates information from other Google and Microsoft applications to optimize business insights. So professionals who are adept with Power BI will be able to deliver excellent value to their team in the form of end-to-end insight and visibility that drives smarter decision-making in the executive team. If you're looking for data analytics software for accountants specifically, then you might want to look into IDEA, because it was engineered with accounting professionals in mind and is capable of performing the exact functions you'll need as an accountant. As an accounting professional, data analytics is one of the most important skills to hone in order to future-proof your career. So how can you learn these skills to deliver more value to your organization? Become a certified management accountant or CMA. The process for becoming a CMA is challenging, but it is relatively low cost, high reward way to advance in your professional accounting career. Part 1 of the CMA exam includes data analytics, so becoming a CMA will allow you to learn this as well as many other super valuable skills for management accounting. In addition to data analytics skills, leadership skills are very important if you want to succeed as a management accountant. I'll go over those skills next. But if you're interested in becoming a CMA, don't let the process of studying and passing the exam deter you. The truth is that CMAs earn 58% more than non-certified globally. So it's a great investment in your financial future. Plus, CMA Exam Academy students have a pass rate that is double the global average. So check out my 16-week accelerator.
So let's stop from here, because the remaining is just about some additional, idea about his academy to help you pass the CMA. But I like this short video because it's really, you can see, give you a very clear idea, right? So what's about data analytics, in particular in the accounting field, accounting and finance. And also, I don't know, are you aware of this CMA exam or not, like certified management accountant? I know many professionals, they have both CPA and CMA. Oh, that's like depending on your career track. So if you focus on more on the financial accounting side, tax auditing, so you may do the CPA. CPA has 4 parts of the exam. CMA is more tailored for management, like so business analyst managers, like kind of this merging of management and accountants. So that's also a very valuable professional license you may want to put on your plate when you have time in the future. So CMA. CMA only has 2 parts of the exam. Are you taking I think Mr. Cost accounting? Have you taken cost accounting from Mr. Ronnie Alexander? Or are you taking that in the same time? So cost accounting class. So it's kind of like advanced, like more work after your 232, right? So like 232 is the introduction to managerial accounting, and the cost of accounting, I suppose, is supposed to be a more advanced discussion and learning based upon the 232 principles and like many of the topics. But I think Mr. Rani just completed his CMA exam and he just got the license. That's what he shared with us, I think a week ago, so something like, right? So if you have more questions or related to the exam, I think he would be a good resource to ask the more detailed information. There are lots of places, you can take these training courses, like Becker have both the CPA training course and also CMA, and there are lots of, like, this guy only gave a specialized CMA training, or like not really the CPA, but focus more on the CMAs. So, but just the additional things. So let's go back to the slides, because the first 10 before the hands-on practice, the chapter 10 slides just summarized what he basically talked about in the video. Okay, let me go back to the slides. And the slides I posted in Blackboard already with other, like the several other the video materials, like additional video materials in chapter 10, like the one we just watched, and another Excel demo for the whole data analytic process. So you get the data, you clean the data, perform the analysis, and create a dashboard for presentation. So that's another like 15 minutes video. I also have a longer, if you really want a systematic, I want to pursue something beyond the class, right? So I want to train myself, have a systematic additional courses, like these video courses, like free videos to watch and practice by myself. Excel, I also have a video series available in that item, okay, under the chapter 10 materials. Because the time limitation, we only can have some introduction and some brief fundamental hands-on practice. If you really want to get deeper and sharpen your skills using Excel and other, especially Excel for data analytics, for statistical skill sets, okay, watch those videos. I think you will learn lots of things, right? So like, by just keeping some self-learning schedule, like a practice, we really need a hands-on practice rather than, because the data analytics mostly involve practice, getting familiar, rather than memorize you or understanding the concepts only. Okay, that's the stuff. But any observations or anything you think you like or you see interesting you want to share after watching this very short? So have you experienced anything, like have you used the data analytics in maybe your other courses or in your real working experiences?
I personally have used it in my working field, and that's background. Like I said, I was in the Navy, so my job description, we did a lot of reports. We had to do a lot of when I say data analytics, like you had to document how long it took to do a project, how long or how many people, the manpower hours does it take to even complete the project? Is there enough resources? What are the ratios in the time of a working day? I've done.
Oh, okay, that's very interesting, Rashid. So did you use Excel to do all of this or any other tools?
All Excel, all type of platform programs. So Excel was like just a small these are programs that are not on a civilian sector, I should say. So
Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, that's probably specialized, right? But anyway, it's more like for me, it's like it's overall like a project management.
correct.
Yeah, yeah, sure. You can use Excel, or even like SAP. You know, we don't have time, but SAP has a separate analytic platform. It's called SAP Cloud Analytics. So for that platform, they have a module. They do special project management, okay, especially for, and even I believe under GUI we have like a PM, so they call PM is like project management. There are lots of platforms, Oracle, like the guy mentioned, like Tableau, Power BI, IDEA, right? There are lots of different data analytic platforms you can explore in the future. But I guess, you know, for our introduction, Excel is still the fundamental. For you to go to any working position, I think the fundamental and even like intermediate level of Excel skills are expected, are really expected. And you can really use it as a way, right, to advance and upper skill, right? So upper skill your knowledge. So, you know, we can have a better, higher position when we're looking for the job opportunities. So that's like a really good observation. So any other people? Do you have anything to share? Like what types of, have you thought about? So the different types of data analytics. So like what's descriptive? So can you think about an example? Was a descriptive analytics? Was a diagnostic? Was predictive? Was prescriptive, right? So the word is kind of, but can be applied to any type of data analytics in different fields, accounting, like pharmaceutical, right? So science, engineer, marketing, right? So the type. So each field you have your own examples.
So I think like an example of descriptive would
Right.
be
Yeah.
average time a customer takes to pay a bill, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. So Muhammad, that's definitely a descriptive. So that tells you what, right? So I normally say descriptive is like a what? Yeah, let me scroll to that slide. So I think you can see this, right? So let me go to the full screen. I got this image from online search, okay, not in our book, but I like it a lot because it really give you the different levels of descriptive, right? So diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. So you can see as you increase, right? So increase the circle or like the area of the analytics. We are giving more value, so increasing your value contribution to the decision-making process. But the higher the value, the more complexity, right? So involved in your data analytic projects or work. But we used it to as accounting and finance, like from the history, right? So before we have lots of computer and the technology help, mostly we have focused on the descriptive. As we want to let you know what's already happened, like the income statement, balance sheet, like increasing, decreasing, right? So the assets increase, liability decrease. So those are the fundamental descriptive statistics, like the one also shared by Mohammed. So average account receivable collection time, right? So average time for customers to pay the bills, average time for us to pay the accounts payables, average time of the fixed assets useful life. Okay, there are lots of descriptive statistics or data we generate from the financial accounting system, even from the cost accounting system, right? So we summarize the unit cost. Remember when we did the 232, we use job order costing or process costing, right? So you finish the cost reports. So we summarize how much the material cost, how much the labor cost, the overhead, then summarize the unit cost and the total cost for your products and the service. So that's the traditional descriptive. And then we move one level higher with diagnostic. So why it is happening? So we already know what's already happened, but why? Especially when we observe some abnormal phenomena or abnormal data. For example, my spending increased too much. I observe a 50% increase of my office expense from this month to the same time last year, right? So why there is a double digits like increase on other expenses. So when you observe the data pattern, we raise the question mark. I don't think this is normal. I want to pursue. So when we do cost accounting, remember we did a lot of variances analysis. You compare the actual cost with the standard cost, right? So variances analysis, we may have favorable variance or unfavorable variances. For favorable, we want to see what we have done right. We want to improve further, right? So we want to improve the things we have done good. But for the ones not, like unsatisfactory, too much spending or decreased revenue or profits, what are the main reasons, right? So like why we have a decreased market share among the competitors. So all of these things happened. We want to know the reason, good or bad, right? But the purpose is to how to continuously do better in the future. Okay, diagnostic is giving you reasons you want to make a correction or continue to do better in the future. And then now comes to the most with the AI, right? So we keep talking like automation, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. After we introduce these emerging technologies into the accounting and the finance field, we are going to increase the value of the predictive and the prescriptive. So these two parts of the analytics will be like kind of increasingly more and more important. And that's also really the skills we needed to master, right? So if you are really looking for a robust accounting field in the future. So how use the historical data or existing data to predict the future and pick the best option, best decision making. I think Mr. Liao, right, in the video already mentioned, there is no perfect prediction because it's uncertainty involved. risk involved, but we are trying to do the best to make predictions so we can know in the future, right? So if I adopt this strategy or if I use this type of plan, what may happen for your operations, for your revenue, expenditure, and profits. So predictive and prescriptive. You may have like a few predictive, right? So like I know if I have plans, 3 plans. So plan A, plan B, and plan C, right? I will predict what will be the best result if I do A, B, or C. You may not have all of the resources to do all of the plans.
It'd be him, a whole bunch of bitches surrounding him. It's like Blakey.
And then
Who the fuck is Blakey?
be telling these hoes he falling out of
So I'm just mute all. Okay, if you have any questions, just raise your hand. Okay, I will be able to see. So predictive is give you different scenarios, right? So different scenarios to understand and to see what's going to happen in the future. It's like when you see a doctor, right? So when you know, I think this is really a good analogy. When you feel sick, right? So you go to see the doctor, you describe what happens to your like health situation, right? So the doctor will check your symptoms, like you maybe do blood work and do lots of examinations. So the doctor will be able to have a diagnostic idea, right? So what happens to you, and then why is the reason? So what's the reason most likely cause your sickness, right? So descriptive, your symptoms, and diagnostic, then predictive. So if we take this action, right? So you may have different different ways, like right to surgery or to like just take pills. So for different ways we do the treatment, what might be the outcome, right? So you have conservative or you may have aggressive. So you choose the best way to treat your symptoms or treat your the sickness. But what is the best way? So eventually probably you need to decide one, right? So one treatment or a combination of treatment. So that will be your final prescription, right? So when we talk about especially the medicines, right? Prescriptive medicines, after analyzing your situation and compare the different ways the medicine work, the doctor will prescribe maybe the best prescription for your situations, right? Because we have different choices in the markets. So that's a healthcare process related to the data, right? So how to use the data and move to decisions. Same thing in accounting field, in finance field, but we focus on the financial data, financial accounting data, managerial accounting data, cost data, and then use data to predict, to diagnostic, and to do the prescriptive. Cost volume. So when you learn the 232, when we do the cost volume profit analysis, so CVP analysis, and anyone remember? So can you still think about an example? So what we did when we studied the CVP, cost, volume, and profit. So what do you have done using the CVP analysis? Anyone still have? So when we try to predict the future, right? So based upon the past, we predict if we charge this revenue, like charge this price, and if we have to pay this material, this labor overhead with all of the expenses, and then what will be the likely profit, right? So the net income, if we adopt different planning, marketing, operational strategies. CVP analysis is basically your predictive analysis because we are planning different ways. And then you finally decide, oh, it was the best combination of my price, volume, cost, and other operational features. So that's why Mr. Liao used the managerial accounting field as like the application for the data analytics. So I'm not really downgrading the financial accounting, the role of data analytics in financial accounting, but I agree with him. There are more and a variety of application of data analytics in the managerial accounting field than in the financial accounting field. So that's really the way you can become more proactive and contributing to the decision making for the business. That's like, and then I have a similar, so another chart, but this chart is looking for, for the different type of analytics, how much the human being might be involved as opposed to the automation, machine learning, and AI get involved. You can see the higher level it goes to the analytics, right? Because the human power wouldn't be really enough, right, to run the large volume of data, large speed of data. As you increase the level of the analytics, there are more machine technology and AI. That's why we also needed to be equipped with this emerging technology in addition to the traditional accounting knowledge and skills, right? So we need to incorporate this technology into our study as well, not only for accounting, for any business field, and even for other related disciplines. So technology and data becomes kind of the pillars for almost every area of the modern business operations. So human inputs, right, so decisions and actions, as we move forward. So I like these two slides and give you really some concrete understanding, for the different types of analytics. Then let me backwards just one more slide before. Any questions so far? Before we do like in 2 or 3 minutes, I really like, I already posted a short Excel for account receivable. We will practice very quickly. So on the ways we can analyze accounts receivable data. But this is a general data analytic model for all data analytics. Is a process you better to follow or is recommended to follow so we can conduct the analysis in the correct approach and get desired results. Rather than break down, like I started wrong, I asked a wrong question in the beginning, or I got the wrong data for my analysis, or I chose the wrong method. So when anything went wrong in the process, before you share the story, so anything went wrong, the results will be not right. So that's a process to help us conduct the research or the analytics in the correct approach. So first, ask the appropriate or correct question. You need to identify the real question, based upon the data. For example, I'm working on my receivable aging analysis. I want to know why people delayed on their payments. So what type of company or what type of customers, they take a longer time to pay their bills. So either there are any common features between among the delinquent customers, right? Analyze the default payments and for prediction in the future and how we can improve the the average payment time, right? So you are trying to improve or increase or reduce the payment time from a customer, right? So that's my question. Then what type of data to support my research? then definitely you want to find all of your maybe account receivable data, right? All of the customers during the 5-year period, right? Or like even longer, 10 years. So master the right data, right? So, and maybe eliminate some irrelevant things. There are lots of noise in the original data. So we need to clean the data, transform the data, and do lots of cleaning before we can use the data to load the data into the, like the tools, Excel or other like platforms. Then you perform the analysis, right? Choose the best way to describe the data. You use the pivot chart or pivot table, average, maximum, right? So descriptive statistics. There are lots of tools we can choose to perform the best analysis through regression or ANOVA parity test. So I believe all of you already took the principles or some statistical, right, like business data class, right? So that's the class will help you to understand, should I apply? So what type of analysis is best for the question I'm trying to answer, right? Finally, perform the analysis, get the results, and share with the decision making, like the users or the managers. But you normally don't share your original data, right? So in a large Excel data sets, we want to use good, we want to use good visualizations like charts or tables or interactive dashboard to share our findings so people can get the ideas quickly and reach some meaningful decisions, right? So this AMPS model is, again, I'm saying like you can get it in as an interview question, you know, from your future employees, and is also a model required by the CPA exam or even the CMA, right? So for you to perform the data analytics, we need to know the right approach for this. Is really I think a commonly recognized approach to do any type of data analytics. And if you check the book example, when you read the SMART book for chapter 10, I think the book has 4 lab, practice, and assignments. For each one, the book is trying to follow these steps, the first steps. What is the question we try to answer? Okay, in this example. So what type of data will support my research? Then how to perform the analysis, and finally, how to communicate and share the results and the story to the potential users. So that's like not only hands-on like a practice, we need to get some understanding for the structure, right? So what's the data analytics, the types of data analytics, and how I perform it. Okay, how I can use an effective approach to perform the analysis. That's kind of what we want to know before we start working on the data. Question? So what time? Yeah, I think, yeah, we just have another 20 or 30 minutes. Any question? So if there is like, you can review, okay, like I'm recording this. So let me stop the recording briefly because, you know, I don't want to make the recording too long. So let's stop this. And then